You smell that?
Nature's most powerful aphrodisiac.
Leaving right after this drink. Rock and roll, whiskey, and other stories. With your host, Brian Shaw.
Cheers. And welcome to episode 26 of I'm Leaving Right After This Drink. Rock and roll, whiskey, and other stories. So I know it's been a while since episode 25, but hey, it's summer, life happens. Hey, there's no promises on how often I'm supposed to do these. I always talk a good game about how I'm going to do more and more. And it seems every time I say I'm going to do more and more, I seem to do less and less. So we're just not going to talk about it, and you're just going to subscribe because you're awesome. And that way you'll get notified when I do a new episode, right? Yeah, that sounds great. Everybody who has already been supported by the podcast, man, it is greatly appreciated for liking, subscribing, sharing, even donating to help me buy some whiskey. Even though I love my Jack Daniels, it's always nice to try some new stuff every now and then, right? Yes, that is correct. So, couple different topics tonight. Actually, I think I'm just going to be all over the place tonight. So, but good news for you. We're going to keep it under 20 minutes. As always, episodes are less than 20 minutes. So let's jump right in, shall we? So first things first. I went to the Cardinals and Tampa Rays baseball game not too long ago. And I got to tell you, man, how are these athletes being paid the money they're being paid to play as shitty as they play? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever once thought this? Have you ever thought to yourself, as you're watching a game, you're like, dude, these guys are terrible. They're playing like shit. They're missing free throws. They're throwing, balls in the dirt. They're throwing things wide. They're, throwing too many interceptions. Like whatever sport you love, do you ever just think that? And I know we all get mad at our teams and that kind of thing, but I'm just talking about in general. Like I am certainly not one to sit here and tell you shouldn't make as much money as humanly possible to make at whatever you do. But shouldn't the athlete on some level be a little bit more responsible? Like, if you throw like one wild pitch in a baseball game, all right. But if you throw 3 or 4, come on. Shouldn't you be like fucking like docked and pay something? And it's like, even if these guys do shitty for one season or a couple seasons, they just get traded to another team and they don't really ever take a huge pay cut. Like if you or I fuck up our jobs, we get shit canned. We may or may not ever make the amount of money that we were making, but we certainly don't have a fucking job anymore, or at least a job that pays what we like and so on, because we made a couple of screw ups. You know what I'm saying? Like these ball players and athletes make tons of screw ups all the time, and they're playing a fucking sport. Like I just don't even understand it. And that Cardinals Rays game was absolutely unbelievable. Like no oomph, nobody gave a shit, nobody wanted to like hustle. Like it was so weird. I'm like, aren't you guys getting paid like millions of dollars to come out here and play this and at least like hustle? Like at least act like you give a shit about playing this game. I mean, damn. Like I don't even understand what the hell's going on. And I'm not just talking about the Rays, I'm talking about the Cardinals also. Both teams played like dog shit. And even like the recap on YouTube the next day, that was even boring. Like, it's just unbelievable the amount of money that these teams or these players are getting paid, and yet people are still going. Like, what the hell? It's unbelievable. I'm just not a fan of, like, going to see professional athletes, by the way, making the fuck-ups that they're doing when it's, like, literally, like, a high school or college team could play this good and they don't even get paid. Anyhow, just had to get that out of the way. The other thing is this. Can we stop with the 3-hour-long podcast? I mean, seriously. Like, I know. I like Joe Rogan, and I like Theo Vaughn, and I like Billy Corgan, and I like some of these guys doing these long podcasts, but it's getting a bit fucking old, don't you think? Like, why? Why are we talking to the same people that we always talk to? And I know I've talked about this in a previous podcast, but I'm just saying, man, it's like, it's just too fucking long. Who's got 3 hours? Like, listen, my time, I have a lot of time on my hands. I mean, you wouldn't know it by how often I'm putting out a podcast, but I also don't have a team of people working for me to put on a podcast like these other folks do. And so Like, why does it got to be 3 hours? Like, I just don't understand. I can't sit down and listen to any of these guys and listen to an hour and a half, 2 hours of them just talking. Oh, okay, dude, it just gets fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to, support more people that are doing stuff like I am. Just, grassroots, you're doing shit, you're just wanting to, have some fun, having a drink, telling some stories, talking about whatever subject that you're passionate about. And I like that. And that's what I'm going to start subscribing to. So, hey, if you got a channel and you are doing something similar to myself as far as just talking about what you're passionate about, leave it in the comments and I'll be certain to go and subscribe to your channel. Because, listen, it's kind of like my friend Drew says, if you make a 90-minute porno, you're still only going to get 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? And it's kind of like for the 3-hour podcast, like, still only going to get you about, you're still going to get about 10 or 15 minutes in there. So, like, again, my passion is talking about music and whiskey and rock and roll and just, shit that's happened in my life over the years in the entertainment business and just, shit that happened over the weekend. And that's what I like to talk about and just share it with you guys. And the last topic we're going to cover tonight, George Thorogood. Fucking A. Saw him again this past weekend. The dude is 75 and was fucking killing it. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen George Thorogood. I think I've mentioned this in like episode maybe, 3 or 4, something early on. And I've seen George more times than any other artist. Couldn't tell you exactly why I keep going back other than the fact I just love fucking like listening to George Thorogood. He's a pure entertainer. He's kind of a wise ass. He's awesome. And it, of course, in the show, it is about fucking George, man. And I love going to see him. And when I saw him, I guess it was a couple of years ago now, where he was with Sammy Hagar and he opened up the show for Sammy. He was just missing a beat. Now, I get it. Everybody has an off night. But I'll be honest, man. In all the times that I've seen George Thorogood, and I'm probably in the 40s for the amount of times I've seen George Thorogood, because he was the first concert I ever saw when I was 15. And that, of course, started the love of seeing live music. And I think it was just the beginning of my love for George Thorogood. And, I was 15. I believe it was on the Born to Be Bad album was when I saw him. And the first time I ever saw him, he was opening up for the Allman Brothers, which was awesome. And again, I think that just started the love of George. Hearing my brothers, or at least my brother Steve, playing George Thorogood all the time, that probably instilled it in me. Playing it in radio, of course, you're getting all the staples, Bad to the Bone, I Drink Alone, One Bourbon, One Scotch, One Beer, like all those cool songs. Plus, George has such an awesome catalog of music of stuff that's not even hits. So if you've never really heard anything else, man, you should definitely spend some time in the George Thorogood catalog. And of course, I did have my moment when I got to bring him on stage. I've met him a couple of times. Great people in his camp. George is awesome and has always been, a super cool guy. And again, incredible to see live. And this particular weekend, just recently, Artemis Pyle was his band was opening up the show, doing Skynyrd songs from that era that Artemis was part of the band. And I got to tell you, dude, those guys were kick-ass. And shockingly enough, Bo Bice from American Idol is the lead singer of this band. And I was like, holy shit, I remember meeting Bo Bice back when I worked in Raleigh, North Carolina. Super nice guy. And I believe he was like one of the first guys to be the rock and roll guy on American Idol. I could be mistaken about that because I'm not a big American Idol guy. But I thought that was kind of the reason why he got so much attention. And obviously he went far. I don't think he ended up winning, but still, it was cool to see him out there performing these Skynyrd songs. And dude, could you really ask for a better lineup? Hearing Skynyrd and George Thorogood in the same night live, yeah, man, it was pretty awesome. But the one downside to seeing this show last night, Ruth Eckerd Hall, here in Clearwater, and the craziest part about it is this. Since when did standing up at a rock concert become the thing you cannot do. Like, nobody's giving a shit about you blocking somebody's view with your phone and you videoing the fucking concert. Nope, that's okay. But if I stand up to enjoy the one song or the whole show, suddenly, sit down. Excuse me, sir, sit down. Sir, sit down. Like, the guy in front of us was having a blast. Nobody was pissed that he was standing up. This dude's drinking his beers. He's having a great time. He's with his friends. And yet, some 75-year-old bag who gets a little bit of power, I guess, standing there as the usher. Sir, can you sit down, please? Then the guy would sit down. He'd stand right back up, and she'd come back over. Sir. And he'd sit back down. Then finally, she told him if he wanted to stand up, he could go sit in the back of the theater. Or he could go stand in the back of the theater. What? Since when does this person's ticket become more powerful than this person's ticket who paid the exact same price? Right? Like, if I'm having an issue with the person in front of me, here's the thing I'm going to do. I'll either ask them, hey man, can you sit down? Which I would never do, ever, in the history of me going to a concert. Have I ever told someone to sit down or move out of the way? Never. Now, there was one time at a Blue Oyster Cult concert where the girl was like 6'5" standing in front of me, and I just wanted to walk up to her and ask her if she would let me get on her shoulders so I could see. That was about the only thing that I ever did, at a concert, because I couldn't see. But you move your head, you lean over, you stand up and enjoy the fucking concert. That's what you're there for. That's why you paid and I paid our hard-earned money to go to these shows, to enjoy ourselves. I don't need this old person telling me to sit down. Like, no, I'm here to enjoy the fucking concert. And if I want to stand, I'm going to stand. And trust me, I've been at shows where the person behind you goes, excuse me, are you going to stand all night? Yeah, I might. If you don't like it, stand the fuck up. Move someplace else. Or go get your ticket in the handicap section if that's what you have to do. Because I guarantee you, I've never sat in front of anyone who was handicapped and they were asking me to sit down. Because that would be a totally different story. But anyhow, I just think it's kind of weird that you're having a good time and then somebody's got to ruin it by telling you to sit down. Listen, I just want to have a fucking good time at my rock and roll show that I paid good money to fucking go see. And I don't give a shit who it is. I'm not going to see, I don't know, fucking Yanni or something where I need to be sitting down. I'm not seeing an orchestra. I mean, even the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I can stand up and have a good fucking time. Not last night. I mean, these people were ridiculous last night. They had this guy so trained that he stood up, he just saw her and he'd sit down. Like, it was crazy, man. And the other thing is, so I'm with my friend Tits McGee, and I got to get a plug in for Tits McGee because Tits McGee's awesome. And we look around, and it was amazing at the amount of people who were so stone-faced at this concert. They're slowly like, it's like they're not moving their head. They're not fucking doing anything. It's like, are you guys alive? But then when he finished the song, everybody crowd cheers and fucking the whole thing. At one point, she leans over to me and says, look at that guy next to you. And I'm like, I can't, because I know this dude is super stone-faced the whole time. Like, he's not even moving his head left or right. He is literally dead on. And he'd, pull out his phone every now and then to record a couple seconds of a song, which, by the way, is okay. Couple seconds, couple minutes, yes. Whole concert in front of me, no bueno. So yeah, it was so fucking funny. And then the guy, and I don't know if it was his girlfriend or wife next to her, that guy was great. Because at one point during the show, so we've already heard about the guy one row in front of us standing up and they were being told to sit down. Well, there was a woman 2 rows in front of us who was standing up, holding a shirt, by the way, and this shirt was like a curtain because the guy was so big. She's holding this shirt up because it says bad to the bone, like fucking George can see it from the stage or something. And she's dancing around having a good old time. And not one time did this same old bag who told the fucking dude to sit down, did she ever walk over to him and go, or go over to her and go, ma'am, can you please sit down? People can't see. Did that ever happen? It did not happen. And it's crazy. And it's not like Ruth Eckerd Hall's the only place. We saw George Thorogood or Ted Nugent at the Hard Rock a few years ago. Same thing. Sir, you need to sit down. What the fuck? I get that these bands are older. The crowd is older. Hey, I still say that every George Thorogood concert I've been going to since I was 15, I have always been the youngest guy in the fucking place. I'm pretty sure it was last night, was pretty damn close to being still a true story. So anyhow, can we just have a good time? Can't we all just get along? That's what this is all about, man. Go to the show, have a good time, stand up, don't stand up, but enjoy the show how you like to enjoy the show. And if you like to sit in place and sit in your chair and be stone-faced, hey, fantastic. I don't know why you just didn't stay home, save your money, but that's cool. That's what you enjoy. I enjoy standing up, having a good time, fucking raise my hand, cheers, woo, throwing my fucking drinks, drinking up and the whole thing. That's what it's about, man. Singing along to the fucking songs, just enjoying the live music experience, man. I've put down the phone. I think I literally took 30 seconds of video footage last night just to play in this podcast. And that was it. Like 30 seconds. Because you know what? What did we do 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Nobody had a fucking phone with a camera on it. We just enjoyed the concert experience and living in the fucking moment of, yeah, I'm seeing Metallica, AC/DC, George Thorogood, ZZ Top, whoever it is. That's what it's all about, my friends. Enjoying the concert experience however you see fit to how you like to go and see a show. Thank you. Cheers. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that fun shit. I appreciate it. And thank you. And thank you to my pal Jack Daniels and his partner Jimmy Beam, because I drink alone. It's cheesy, but how else could I end a fucking George Thorogood podcast?
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. You dig?
God bless the internet.